Hi, my name is Pascal. Today we're going to talk about my biggest home gym mistakes when I built this rogue home gym by myself, so that you save some money and some time and frustration when you are going on the same journey. If you like my content, please go to the description box below and follow the links therein. I have written some extensive articles on all of my equipment and also on my exercising. So there you can smarten up and actually read a bit more detail. If you were to do that, I would be very grateful. Now let's get into the biggest mistakes that I've made with this home gym particularly. First thing to share is storage pins. Now, while I am definitely for storage pins and storing your plates on the rack themselves rather than somewhere else, especially in a home gym, I made two major mistakes with the storage pins when I was ordering from Rogue. So the first one was I just simply forgot to get any storage pins into my first order, which meant I had to order them separately, which means extra shipping cost and extra waiting time. So if you are designing your own home gym, then please consider where you want to store your plates and then also get the necessary storage that you have intended on the same order rather than forgetting it. Or postpone your purchase a little to a later stage so that you can also get the storage pins in the same go. Because the extra shipping, if you get the rack itself and all of the plates and the barbell, you will get the storage pins shipped for free. Whereas if you do it separately, you've actually added extra cost that you otherwise wouldn't have paid. So that was the first mistake, that I didn't put that all on the same line item list. Second mistake with the storage pins is don't bother with the short ones. Yes, you have the short option and the long version, and yes, it also looks a bit cooler if you have it kind of staggered, from all of the marketing kind of glossy pictures from Rogue. But to be honest, if you buy a storage pin, what do you care about? Storing plates. The longer the pin, the more plates you can get on. So don't even bother with these short storage pins that I've gotten. I regretted to getting them. I should have gotten the long storage pin all around and on both sides of my rack so that I could also get my 10 kg and 15 kg plates on the rack themselves. So these are the two mistakes around storage that I did, which cost me quite a bit of money and a bit of time. So hopefully this helps you to not make the same mistake. Second mistake to talk about is the rack itself. So this rack is a Rogue RM4. It's an excellent rack. I don't have any problems with it. I love it. I recommend it to anyone. The only thing that I regret about it, and I think that is also an ongoing discussion that I see on different forums where people are just trying to figure out sizes, is whether they should get an RM3 or an RM4. Now, I've bought the RM4. I'm 180 centimeters tall. I weigh about 100 kg. So depending on how you look at it, I'm either an average guy if you look at professional NFL players, or I might even be tiny compared to strongmen. If you compare me to the regular population or the median population, then I'm actually fairly big, I would say. So that means I already think that the RM4 itself is too spacious for me, and I regret getting that depth of a rack. I should have gotten the RM3, which is shorter, and used the saved space either for more upgrades or just for other things in the gym, or maybe I can even still park a car depending on your setup. So if you're not sure whether you should get the RM3 or the RM4, definitely get the RM3. I think also that is actually the best rack from Rogue that you can get from most home gyms, because you save a little money, you save a little space. That leaves you with more options, even if you do make some mistakes, and you can still get a Rhino belt squat, in a later evolution of your gym. Whereas I now have to go to a full RM6, or I have really lots of parts left over. I just wish I would have gotten the RM3, and that was a mistake. But then in itself, I don't regret the decision whatsoever to go with a Rogue rack. It is just so well made. I love the thing and I wouldn't trade it for anything. You know, I'm really happy with it. Another mistake I made, and I'm getting the waggy finger out here, is actually the Rogue socket pull-up, the Rogue pull-up bar that you see here, the easy bar. Now, in all fairness, that was a mistake I made because the normal socket pull-up bars were not in stock when I bought. See here the hovering finger. But if you are buying, please don't fall in love with this type of bar for pull-ups. It's really crap. It's not great. Sorry to say. Get one of these socket pull-up bars. And I'm also not alone with that opinion. If you dig further than just my channel, get the socket pull-up bars with different colors. You know, you can get them in green, blue, red, whatever, and just get a simple straight bar rather than this. This is really not great. It was the only option available, and definitely in my next upgrade of this rack, I will get a socket pull-up bar and a landmine and get rid of this one because it just annoys the heck out of me. The next thing to talk about is the Rogue nameplate here behind me. Do you really need it or not? Now, there I think I didn't make a mistake for me personally, but I think if you are not running a YouTube channel, if you are not really representing, if you don't have a gym that is for commercial use in any kind, and you know my YouTube channel is a bit of a commercial use, then I think don't bother with the Rogue nameplate, because you can get also only the cross member, which you also can get just for the front, for the socket pull-up bar. And if you're really just exercising for yourself in your home gym, that gives you a lot more options than having the nameplate. Because with the nameplate, you can't basically do anything in terms of pull-ups. You can't attach anything like a chrome pull-up bar. You know, it's just basically dead space that looks nice. Now, of course, if you buy this rack for a commercial setting or for an Ivy League university, please get it branded, get the heck branded out of it, because that will keep people coming back and talking about how cool the place is to train, because these nameplates do actually make a difference and you can also get them customized. But if you are just buying for yourself, have a quick look and swap the nameplate just for a regular cross member, because then you can also use the back of the rack for some kind of exercising, hang something from it, you know, you name it, whatever you may want to do. Or with the new storage options that have been actually carried over from the Monster Cave and the Monster Light, you can maybe do the back pane for hanging your jump ropes off. There are just so many more options than just looking pretty. I personally like it. I specifically chose it myself, but again, the purpose that I'm following here might be a little different than the home gym that you are planning. So next tip for you to save a bit of money and hassle is actually the bench that I'm sitting on. This is the Rogue Adjustable Bench 2.0. So what I would recommend to you is skip the utility bench altogether, even though it looks like you want to save a bit of money, well actually about 500 bucks with getting the utility bench. Basically any kind of home gym setup that it's worth a salt that I've seen has upgraded to an adjustable bench at some stage. So you might as well get it over with and buy directly the adjustable bench 2.0. Now, if you are on the fence between the AB3, the AB2 and the adjustable bench 2 and 3, then please get the adjustable bench 2.0. Now, why am I saying that? Because the AB2 and the AB3 have actually a pin kind of action to get the bench adjusted rather than just a click and go mechanic. And the click and go mechanic is way better at home to actually have a go and just quickly adjust the bench rather than having this whole pin thing going on that also might break, and then you have to actually apply WD-40 on it. So, you know, the adjustable bench 2.0, where it actually says adjustable, are definitely the better option than the AB2 and the AB3. Should you get a decline bench? No, I don't think so, because if you get a decline bench for your home gym, you're most likely are gonna hurt yourself. If you want to do decline benching, please do it in a commercial gym, unless you are already a professional bodybuilder and know exactly what you're doing. The last mistake I made and the last tip that I would give to you is that you should design your home gym around the main user rather than trying to pander to the needs of everybody in the house. The most likely scenario is that the person who will buy the home gym will also use it the most. Of course, few exceptions always prove the rule right, but anyway, I personally tried to actually pander to everybody in the house. I got an entire section for boxing in that I might have used differently if I had been alone with my decision. That cost me about 1,500 euros, maybe even 2,000 euros. I also got a Rogue Echo bike, which I thought would be used by my wife a little more, but basically it just has been used by her once. So I don't mean that that is bad. I'm just saying if I had designed the gym just for myself rather than for everybody in the house, then I would have spent the space and also the money a little differently. So my tip to you is that even though others might say that they will also use it, really the person who will use it the most, unless you're already trained together with your wife all the time or with your son all the time, then really design the gym around the person who will use it the most rather than everybody, because that is just a better use of the space and the money. The others who are using the gym less should compromise with the person who is using it the most rather than the other way around. And I think I got that a little wrong. I regret that a little. I did it out of good heart and in good faith, and I probably do it all over the same because I want to make my family happy. But if you can try to, think a bit more about yourself or about the person who uses mainly the gym, then you will save quite a bit of money. Or with the money that you have, you will just get more stuff that is actually good for the person who gets the most use out of it. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe and tell your friends about my channel. Have a very nice day and I hope to see you soon. Bye bye.